Have you ever stared at the pinnacle of greatness and wondered, what happens when the lights finally go down? What happens when a story so perfect demands one final, terrifying chapter? Welcome, football family, to Football Goats Debate, the destination where we don't just talk about the game, we dissect the legends. Tonight, we aren't looking at stats. We are looking at destiny. We are looking at a countdown that is gripping the entire planet. Joining us today is a man who broke the matrix of football, the architect of the 2022 miracle in Qatar, the man who silenced a lifetime of critics by lifting the ultimate golden prize. But as the 2026 FIFA World Cup in North America begins, a haunting question shadows his every step. Why come back? Why risk the perfect ending? Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning king of world football, Lionel Messi.
Hello, thank you for having me on Football Goats Debate. It is a pleasure to be here with you and all the fans watching.
Leo, I want to start by taking you back, not to your childhood, but to December 18th, 2022, Lusail Stadium. The world felt like it was shifting on its axis. When you held that World Cup trophy in Qatar, you looked at peace. The debate was over. The story was written. But here we are in 2026. You are 38 years old. You've just been named in the final 26-man squad by Lionel Scaloni. There is a 96-year-old curse looming over this tournament. No reigning champion has easily defended this modern crown without facing a devastating collapse. So, my first question to you is a mysterious one. What is the voice inside your head that told you Qatar wasn't the end? What is left to find in the dark corners of another World Cup?
After Qatar, I thought I had given everything. The soul felt empty because the dream was fulfilled. It was the absolute peak of my life. The relief was immense. But football has a strange way of pulling you back. It's like an addiction you cannot easily cure. It's not about needing another trophy to prove who I am to the critics. It's a feeling inside when you wake up. When I put on the shirt, it feels like a responsibility that isn't finished. The fans, they look at me not just for goals anymore, but for a feeling of security. A belief that everything will be fine as long as I am there. Maybe the voice inside wasn't asking for more glory. Maybe it was just refusing to let go of the pitch, because the pitch is the only place where the noise of the world finally goes silent.
Refusing to let go, or is it that the pitch refuses to let go of you? Fans across the world are asking a burning question. They saw you leave the pitch with Inter Miami due to that hamstring scare. They saw you sit out on the bench during the warm-up against Honduras. There is an eerie silence whenever you walk to the training ground. Every single journalist is staring at your legs, watching your stride. Is Lionel Messi truly fit? Or is the sheer will of a country pushing a body past its human limits? Is there a secret struggle you aren't telling us?
The body speaks to you as you get older. It doesn't scream at first. It whispers warnings, the hamstring, the fatigue, the recovery taking 3 days instead of 1. It's all very real. I cannot look you in the eyes today and say I am the same physical player I was in 2014 or even 2022. It would be a lie. But a World Cup isn't just run with legs. It is run with the mind, with positioning, with knowing when to exploit the spaces. If Scaloni put me in the final squad, it's because we both believe I can contribute something meaningful. We are managing the pain every single day behind closed doors. The mystery isn't whether I can run full speed for 90 minutes every game. The question is if I can make the 5 seconds that truly matter count. That is what we are gambling on.
Let's talk about that championship core. To win a World Cup, you need an army of brothers willing to die for a common cause. In Qatar, you had an unbreakable circle. But looking at this 2026 roster, things look dramatically, almost unsettlingly different. 9 legends who lifted the trophy with you in Qatar are completely gone. Angel Di Maria has stepped away. Paulo Dybala, El Fideo, Franco Armani. They are not here in the dressing room. Instead, you are surrounded by teenagers like Valentin Barco and fresh faces like Jose Manuel Lopez. Here is the question the world is dying to know. When you look around the dressing room now and you don't see the familiar, battle-tested eyes of Di Maria looking back at you, does it feel like a hauntingly new world? How do you lead an army that hasn't bled with you in the trenches of a World Cup final?
It is strange. I won't deny it. It brings a very heavy feeling to the heart when you first realize it. Angel, we suffered together for over a decade. We faced the bitter humiliation of lost finals, the harsh media cycles before we finally tasted glory. Not seeing him across from me, not sharing the morning mate with those guys. It makes you realize how fast time moves and how cruel the sport can be. But this is the cycle of life. The young players who are here now, they grew up watching us suffer on television. They bring a completely different kind of energy. They don't have the trauma of the finals we lost. They only know the taste of winning from what they saw us achieve in 2022. I don't need to teach them how to play football. They are incredibly talented. I just need to make sure they aren't crushed by the psychological pressure of defending a golden star on their chest that they didn't win themselves.
But pressure does strange things to the mind, Leo. Argentina enters this World Cup sitting at the absolute peak of the FIFA rankings. You are placed in Group J with Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. On paper, the global media says it's a comfortable group, a walk in the park. But a World Cup group stage is a psychological labyrinth. We remember Saudi Arabia in the opening match of 2022, a sudden shocking nightmare that no one saw coming, which almost destroyed your tournament before it began. Do you look at Algeria on June 16th with a sense of hidden fear? Is there an anxiety that the opening match could unlock a ghost from the past and trigger a collapse?
If Qatar taught us anything at all, is that names, rankings, and history mean absolutely nothing once the whistle blows. The match against Saudi Arabia was the hardest, most suffocating moment of my international career because the ground literally disappeared from under our feet in a matter of 5 minutes. Algeria is fast, highly physical, and they have absolutely nothing to lose. Playing against their world champions is their personal World Cup final. If we walk out on that pitch thinking about our world ranking or our past trophies, we will be punished before we even touch the ball. The past can be a shield to protect you, but if you hold on to it too long, it becomes too heavy and you cannot move forward.
History is waiting for you at the border. No player in the history of this beautiful game has ever played in 6 different FIFA World Cups. You started in 2006 as a teenager with long hair in Germany. Now, in 2026, you stand on American soil ready to claim a 6th horizon. Your eternal rival, Cristiano Ronaldo, stands on the edge of the exact same milestone with Portugal. Does this historical record feel like a glorious crown, or does it feel like an anchor dragging you down? When you step onto the pitch for your 6th tournament, will you be playing for the future of Argentina? Or are you fighting to permanently cement a legacy that can never, ever be touched by anyone again?
Honestly, I never thought about the number 6 when I was young. I just wanted to win one game, then one trophy. To know that I have survived at this elite level from 2006 all the way to 2026. It's a beautiful, humbling thought. But on the pitch, a record doesn't stop a counter-attack. It doesn't score a penalty. Cristiano and I, we have pushed each other to the absolute limits of human capability for 20 years. If we both reach 6, it is a victory for football itself, not just for us. My legacy, I left that in the hands of the people a long time ago. They will debate it forever. This tournament isn't about protecting my name or my records. It's about letting the children of my country dream for one more month.
Leo, before we get to the final conclusion, we have a special, high-intensity segment. This is our rapid-fire round. No long explanations, no filtered answers. Just the raw, suspenseful truth. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
If Argentina is awarded a 90th minute penalty in the World Cup final to win the tournament, who takes it? You or Julian Alvarez?
I take it without hesitation.
What scares you more, losing the opening game to Algeria or facing a penalty shootout in the quarterfinals?
Losing the opening game. A shootout is lottery and nerves, but losing the opening game damages the belief of the entire system.
If you could magically bring back one retired teammate in his prime just for this 2026 tournament, who would it be?
Angel Di Maria, always.
Who is the one young player in this current squad whose talent genuinely shocks you during closed training sessions?
Valentin Barco. His vision for his age is unusual.
Complete this sentence. If Argentina does not win the 2026 World Cup, my career will feel
complete, because Qatar already gave me peace.
Final question of the rapid fire. If you face Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo in the knockout stage, is it a football match or is it the final judgment of history?
To the world, it's history. To us on the pitch, it's just the final 90 minutes of a long war.
Hoo and breathe. That wraps up our rapid fire round. Thanks for surviving the gauntlet. Now let's dive a little deeper. One more month. A month that feels like an eternity for the fans. There is a terrifying beauty in watching a master give his final performance. Fans are travelling from Buenos Aires, Rosario, Miami, and Asia just to get a glimpse of you in North America. They know this is the twilight. If this journey ends brutally in the knockout brackets, if the dream falls short this time, have you mentally prepared yourself to say goodbye to the blue and white stripes forever on American soil? Is this definitively the absolute end?
You are never truly prepared to say goodbye to something that defines your entire existence. The day I take off this shirt for the last time, it will be a very quiet, very lonely day inside my soul. But I have found deep peace with whatever happens. In Qatar, God gave me the ultimate gift, a gift I asked for my whole life. Everything after that day is just an extra page in a book that was already closed and beautifully bound. If we fail here in 2026, we fail having given our lives for it on the grass. I am not afraid of the end anymore. I am just ready to play.
An extra page in a book that was already closed. Profound words from a man who has nothing left to prove, yet chooses to stand in the eye of the hurricane one last time. Leo, thank you for stepping into the debate tonight. The world will be watching on June 16th when the blue and white stripes take the pitch against Algeria. We wish you health, we wish you strength, and above all, we thank you for the magic.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone supporting us. Let's hope for a beautiful tournament for our people.
To our listeners at Football Goats Debate, the stage is set. The final script of the greatest of all time is being written in real time, right before our eyes. Will it be back-to-back glory against all human odds, or will the weight of a sixth World Cup prove too heavy even for the gods of the game? Leave your theories, your predictions, and your emotions in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until the whistle blows, keep questioning the game. Good night.